हरि सदा वसेत्र यत्र भागवता जना गायन्ति भक्ति भावेन हरे नामैव कैवलम्। अहो दुःखं महादुःखं दुःखाद् दुःखतरं यथा काचरातं विस्मृतरत्न्यं हरे नामैव कैवलम्। दीयतां कर्णो नीयतां वच गीयतां नित्यं हरे नामैव कैवलम्। तृणाकृत्या जग सर्वं राजस्ते सकलोपरि चिदानन्दमयं शुद्धं हरे नामैव कैवलम्। हरे नामैव कैवलम्। हरे नामैव कैवलम्। हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. Anybody else wants to start Kirtan? Mataji's or Prabhuji? Hare Krishna. No one is singing, I'll just sing. Hare Krishna. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव
anybody got
गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय हरे कृष्णा Shilpa Mataji, I'll make you the host, Mataji. You can make me the co-host, Mataji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Anybody else wants to do a kirtan? Please start, Mataji's or Prabhuji's. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I think Mataji has joined.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Mataji has joined.
I didn't see Prabhu. Sorry. Hare
Yeah, no
Krishna.
problem. Yeah, Shilpa Mataji, can you take over?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. We welcome you on ICF forum. I just can't see Mataji. Hare Krishna. Kala Sudha Mataji. We're so pleased to see you. Your smiling face. Mataji, welcome to
Hare
ICF
Krishna.
forum. Sorry, my video
Thank
was
you.
off, Mataji. I'm so sorry, my video was off. We welcome you on ICF forum, Mataji. Looking forward to with your association. Hare Krishna. Mataji, should I share the screen?
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So whenever you all are ready, let me know.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, we can start.
Okay. Just a second. Okay. All right. Yes, we will be covering today from 35 through 39. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Again, welcoming all the wonderful Vaishnavas here on the call. Thank you all so much for this opportunity. So today we will be reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, entitled The Status Quo, Chapter 22. We'll be completing the chapter today from verses 35 through 39. Could somebody read text number 35, please?
Hare Krishna. Ansuya Mataji, you can read the shloka. Vasudha Mataji translation. Prashanti Mataji, you can read. Mataji, do we need to read purpose?
No, just the verse and the translation, please.
Hare Krishna. So Ansuya Mataji verse and Vasudha Mataji translation, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranam. Ayatayamastasya tasya sarvya yamaha svantaraya panaha Srinvato dhyayato vishnu purvato bruvata katha. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Translation.
Hare Krishna. Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Consequently, although his duration of life gradually came to an end, his long life, consisting of a manvantara, was not spent in vain, since he ever engaged in hearing, contemplating, writing down, and chanting the pastimes of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Text 36, please. Text 36, someone can read?
Yeah, Prashanti Mataji, you can read the verse, and Divya Gopu Mataji, you can do the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Saivam Swantaram Ninye Yuganama Nameka Saptaptim Vasudeva Prasangena Paribhuta Gaditrayaha. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Translation, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He passed his time, which lasted 71 cycles of the 4 ages, 71 4,32,320,000 years, always thinking of Vasudeva and always engaged in matters regarding Vasudeva. Thus, he transcended the 3 destinations. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Text 37, please.
Archana Mataji, you can read the verse, and Sudha Mataji, the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pranams Mataji. Sharira Manasa Divya Vayyase cha Manusha Bauddhikashta Kadam Klesha Bhadande Hari Samshriyam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranam. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Therefore, O Vidura, how can persons completely under the shelter of Lord Krishna in devotional service be put into miseries pertaining to the body, the mind, nature, and other men and living creatures? Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Text 38, please.
Sindhu Mataji, you can read the verse, and Sharmila Mataji, the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pranams Mataji. 38th verse. Yaha pishto muni bhipraha dharma nana vidan shubhan nrinam varnashramanam cha sarva bhuta hita sada. Hare Krishna.
Translation. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In reply to questions asked by certain sages, he, Swayambhuva Manu, out of compassion for all living entities, taught the diverse sacred duties of men in general and the different varnas and ashramas. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mata.
Thank you. The final verse for today, 39.
Hare Krishna. Suma Mataji, you want to read the verse and the translation? Now, Kishori Mataji, you can read the translation and the verse both. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yes, Mataji. Etat, etat, etatta adirajasya. Because I cannot move the screen. Mamas charitam adbhutam varnitam varna yasya tad apatyodayam shrunu. Hare Krishna. I'm sorry, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
No problem. Now, Kishori Mataji, you can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I have spoken to you of the wonderful character of Swayambhuva Manu, the original king, whose reputation is worthy of description. Please hear as I spoke of the flourishing of his daughter Devahuti. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta Swami purports of the third canto, 22nd chapter of the Shrimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Marriage of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakatha Dhamadaya Nagara Gramatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim, yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam, Paramananda Madhavam, Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So, in these few verses, we see that how Swayambhuva Manu, he continued for the rest of his life. And how he continued for the rest of his life, Srila Prabhupada also explains very beautifully in the translation, as well as in the purport, that although Swayambhuva Manu's lifespan was so huge, it was a huge lifespan, one entire Manvantara. And that he did not spend it in vain, Srila Prabhupada says, because he was always engaged in Shravanam, in Kirtanam, in chanting, in contemplating and writing down. Swayambhuva Manu would write also. It is mentioned here. So Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that Swayambhuva Manu's life was not tasteless, because as he grew older, his life remained as fresh as in the beginning because of his continuation in Krishna consciousness. So this is the secret of remaining, in our youth throughout. Srila Prabhupada says that because, when we are growing older, sometimes we see in the life of people, and by just seeing their faces also, we feel that they are like looking so fatigued, they're looking so tired, they're looking so old, much more than their age. But Srila Prabhupada, anybody who would see Srila Prabhupada, they would feel that he's, although he may appear to be so old, but Srila Prabhupada had the vigor of a young man, it is said. That is because of his deep Krishna consciousness. And that is what Srila Prabhupada is quoting here, that how deep is the Krishna consciousness of Swayambhuva Manu, that although he lived such a long life, but still he was able to maintain the youth of his life. And in this way, how, recently we celebrated Sri Ram Navami. It was the most auspicious appearance day of Lord Ramachandra that we celebrated. And in that we see that how Lord Ramachandra, he is mainly referred to as, Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram. He is a very, very proper follower of all principles, because like Raghuvansh, the dynasty that Lord Ramachandra appeared in, pran jai, vachan na jai, like that principles, if it comes to him or following the principles, he would always follow principles. He was so strict. So Lord Ramachandra is described to be as Anushtan Pradhan, that he is Maryada Purushottam Sri Ramachandra, and therefore Lord Ramachandra is Niyam Parayan. He is very, very, strict follower of all rules and regulations. He follows them very strictly. When we compare him to Lord Krishna, Lord Ramachandra to Lord Krishna, he is Anubhav Pradhan. Anubhav Pradhan means one who is, so expert in giving us experience. He gives us Anubhav, means, Krishna bestows experience to us. When we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can experience the bliss, we can experience the joy. Srila Prabhupada would always say, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. How much ever I say mango is so tasty, it's so delicious, it's so nice, it won't make any difference unless we actually eat a mango. So that is what it means by saying Anubhav Pradhan, that Krishna is Anubhav Pradhan. He gives us the great, great experiences. And that's why he's called as Leela Purushottam Shri Krishna. So Krishna is actually Prem Parayan. Prem Parayan means Lord Ramachandra is Niyam Parayan, follower of rules and regulations. But Krishna is Prem Parayan. Prem Parayan means that Krishna, he declares it in Bhagavad Gita also, that he is very partial to his devotees. Krishna doesn't care to follow rules and regulations. When it comes to, his devotees and following rules, Krishna will choose his devotees. That's how dear the devotees are to Krishna. He can break his own promise by picking up the weapon, in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, just because Pitama Bhishma had said that. To keep Pitama Bhishma's word, Krishna let go of his own promise. So he does not follow any rules. In the end of the battle of Kurukshetra, when Bhim and Duryodhan were fighting, it was completely immoral according to the principles of a club fight, that we cannot attack our opponent below the waist on the thigh. So Krishna said, no, hit him on the thigh. Hit him on the thigh. Krishna he didn't care about rules and regulations. And that's the, magnanimity of Krishna. That is the supremacy of Krishna. And that is how dear the devotees are to Krishna. So Krishna is called as Prema Parayan. He is always there He will disregard, the chappan bhog that Duryodhana has prepared, but he will go for the sak and roti in Vidur's house and eat even the banana peel and that, Vidura's wife was lovingly giving him. So this is Krishna. He is always partial to his devotees. He's prem parayan. He, goes wherever there is love. And where there is love, there's no rules. No rules, no principles. That is the principle of Krishna. Then what to speak of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu? Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Anucharit Pradhan. Anucharit Pradhan means one who, Krishna is Anubhav Pradhan, means he gives us experience. Anucharit means that Lord Chaitanya is teaching us how to remain high forever, like Srila Prabhupada said. He's giving us not just that experience, that once in a while experience, but Lord Chaitanya is bestowing upon us that how we can follow, the teachings in our own lives, and also by teaching it to others, we can help them make their lives perfect also. This is called as Anucharit Pradhan, that not only do I eat, a piece of bread that I found being hungry after so many days, but I also call others who are hungry and give them also some bread. That is Anucharit Pradhan. And Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called as Kripa Parayan. Kripa Parayan means he's even above and beyond Prema. Prema means Krishna will, have love, but only if we are Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate. Krishna has his conditions. If we want to get prema from Krishna, he has conditions. But Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he is Mahavadanyaya. He is the most magnanimous, the most forgiving, the most wonderful. That there is no conditions that Lord Chaitanya is asking for. So his kripa is, even if someone is not wanting, Lord Nityananda will run behind them. And not only just run behind them, he'll get beaten up also, blood will flow from his forehead also, still he will go and give them Krishna Prema, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. This is Kripa Parayan. So Lord Ram is Niyam Parayan, Krishna is Prem Parayan, and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Kripa Parayan. Now, what was the purpose of saying this in relation to the first verse that we spoke of, the life of Swayambhuva Manu? That Swayambhuva Manu, it is said in this verse that he perfected his life by, performing devotional service throughout his whole life. So in this context, Srila Prabhupada actually made a comment. He says that Sri Ramayan, it actually teaches us how to lead in this world, how to be a leader. Ramayan teaches us that, how to lead in this world. Mahabharat and Gita teaches us how to live in this world. How to be in this world, but yet not belong to it. Be like a, dried coconut. It is separated from the shell, although it is inside the shell. It is separated from the shell. That is what Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita teaches us, how to live in this world. Not to belong in this world, but to belong to Krishna. And Shrimad Bhagavatam, that actually teaches us how to leave this world. How do we leave this, Dukhalayama Shashvatam? That Shrimad Bhagavatam teaches us. Just like Parikshit Maharaj, just like all these great personalities who are described in the Shrimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam teaches us how to leave this world, to get out of this material world. What does Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita teach us? It teaches us how to love in this world. That is the teachings of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, most munificent of all incarnations, is so merciful, so merciful. He actually taught us how to live the Shrimad Bhagavatam live the Bhagavad Gita, how to study the Shrimad Bhagavatam so we can leave this world properly. And while living in this world, how to love not only the Supreme Lord, but every living entity who are connected to the Supreme Lord. How to live in that way. The answer is only by love. Srila Prabhupada says that we may be creating so many United Nations, but unless we recognize that one Supreme Father, there can be no unity, actual unity amongst nations cannot exist. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that Srila Prabhupada talks about, that can be realized only when we are actually recognizing Krishna to be our one and only Father. Then we can treat every living entity as our brother and sister. Then we can have Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So in the second verse that we read today, in verse 36, Srila Prabhupada is again stressing on this fact about how long was the duration of Swayambhuva Manu's life. But Srila Prabhupada is saying, what was he doing this entire time? He was actually always thinking of Vasudeva and always engaged in matters regarding Vasudeva. Therefore, he transcended the three destinations. So now what is the three destinations? Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that it is described as the awakened, dreaming, and unconscious states. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, it describes the destinations of people who are in the three modes, the three destinations coming from the three modes of material nature. It is stated that those who are in the mode of goodness, they will be promoted to the heavenly planets. Those who are in the mode of passion will remain in the earthly planets. But those who are in the darkest mode of ignorance, they are degraded to the animal life, to the lower planetary systems. So, but one who is Krishna conscious is actually above and beyond these modes of nature. So that is what Srila Prabhupada is saying in this purport. And the verse says that this is how Swayambhuva Manu was able to transcend and go beyond the three destinations. In this regard, my Prabhu was telling me a very beautiful example, that how conditioned we become by these three modes, right? So, when baby elephants are actually getting trained, what the mahouts do is that the baby elephant is really tiny, small little baby elephant. So they take a little, stick, a small stick they'll take, which is less than 1 foot, 1 foot high, small stick. And they tie a rope to that. And the rope is only this long, maybe just, maybe 1 or 2 feet long, not even more than that. And they tie that baby elephant's feet and just stick it up with this tiny little stick. And surprisingly enough, actually, even when the elephant grows up, when it grows up also, it continues, the mahouts actually continue to tie the elephant up with that same small stick. The question can be asked that how, it's such a big elephant. The elephant, when it's really full size, it's a huge animal. Elephant is one of the biggest mammals that we have on the planet today. Elephants are gigantic. So imagine a small stick. How is it holding on to this big elephant? It's the same size, of that 1 foot long stick. If that big elephant wants just one pull, and that little stick will come up and the elephant can get released. But the elephant never moves. You know why? The reason is that since childhood, because that elephant is always trained, that, it was always tied up to that little stick. And at that time, as a baby, the elephant would always try to free itself. But a baby at that time, even baby elephant was not so powerful that it could free. So it got stuck in its mind, the elephant's mind. It became conditioned that, oh, I can't get out of this stick. How much ever I struggle, I can't get out of this stick. I am bound here. So even when the elephant grows up, it's capable of pulling out from that stick, but it still does not go because the elephant is conditioned to think that, oh, I am bound. I am going to be bound. There's no way I can get out. Why is this example given? Because this is how conditioned we become to the three modes of material nature. Because we are from lifetimes and lifetimes, we are bound like shackles with these three modes of material nature. When we are given Krishna consciousness, our Guru Maharaj comes and tells us, just chant Hare Krishna, just do the morning program, get up for Mangalarti, listen to Shrimad Bhagavatam, do all this, you'll be able to free yourself. You say, no. I have hurt myself. My leg starts bleeding, when I start to free myself from the shackles. It's painful. I can't do it. Our Guru Maharaj, our, senior devotees, they tell us, no, trust us. You'll be able to free yourself. You can free yourself. You're capable now. Get out of these shackles. So when we keep listening to such good counsel given by our spiritual master, by other Vaishnavas, then it becomes easy to transcend these three modes of material nature. So therefore, this is what is mentioned here, that Swayambhuva Manu transcended the three destinations. He completely transcended. Why? Srila Prabhupada mentions here in paragraph 2 of this verse, he quotes Bilva Mangal Thakur, that Bilva Mangal Thakur, who is a great devotee of the Lord, states that if I have unflinching devotion to the lotus feet of Krishna, then liberation is always engaged in my service. The complete perfection of material enjoyment, religion, and economic development is at my command. This is what Bilva Mangal Thakur is saying. That I don't even, have to bother about, people say dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha is the ultimate, right? But just like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said, that Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying that, oh, there is one lady who is running after me all the time and who's just like a maid servant following around me, that please use me in your service. And that lady is Mukti, liberation, mother liberation. So this is what we need to understand, that a devotee, a great devotee, is really not interested in liberation. The only thing that a devotee is interested in is to serve Krishna. So, we were just reading the life of Bilva Mangala Thakur, who he was in his previous birth. What happened to Bilva Mangal Thakur, actually? That he had a painful struggle in the beginning of his life. We know that. What happened? So, the history shows that in his previous life, Bilva Mangala Thakur was a very, very pious Brahmana, a very great devotee. He was such a great devotee that he was actually on the penultimate stage. From Prema, he was actually the stage before that. He was on Bhava. Like Bharat Maharaj, he was on the stage of Bhava. Even Bilva Mangal Thakur in his previous life, he was on the stage of Bhava. And he would organize huge Bhagavatam Saptahas and, programs like this he would organize. And one time, after the program, he wanted to feed very nice prasad to the Brahmanas who attended the Bhagavat Saptaha. But he did not have any Lakshmi, to buy food items so he could make a feast and he could feed the devotees. So he was wandering around, where can I get Lakshmi? Where can I get Lakshmi? So he happened to come to a crematorium, just thinking, he came to this crematorium, and he saw that a very, very wealthy merchant, like almost like a king, was actually, his 18-year-old daughter, the princess, had died. And he was there with his entire family, and he was just going to set the fire on, set the dead body on fire. The girl's dead body was lying there on the wood. And Bilvamangal Thakur noticed that this princess, because she was so wealthy, even in her dead body, she was actually wearing, diamond bracelets and, diamond necklaces and beautiful jewelry, because all her jewelry was just glistening so much that Bilvamangal Thakur said, oh, if I get all this jewelry, then I can go and serve the devotees. So then, the father was so heartbroken of this princess that he just lit the fire and he left. And the entire family left. So then Bilvamangal Thakur, just came, and he was trying to take the diamond jewelry, and that girl's Atma, the soul, made a celestial sound that, don't, my dear devotee, Bilva, you were very, very, very advanced devotee. Don't do this immoral act, from the dead body. Don't take jewelry like this, even though it is for serving devotees, but, it is impure, from my dead body. Don't do that. But let me tell you that go to my father and go tell him that this is your purpose and that I have some, wealth that I have kept aside, so he can give you from that. So go and tell my father. So then this devotee, he went to her father and he told that your daughter sent me. So can you please give me some Lakshmi? So the father very, readily gave all the Lakshmi to this devotee, and he came and he, made this huge feast and he started serving all the devotees. But when he started serving, somehow or the other things fell short. There was not enough. So then he said, oh no, now what do I do? This devotee was very much perplexed that what should I do now? I don't have, any more to feed the other devotees. So then he said, now I can't go back to the father. What will the father say? So it's okay, it's just for service of the devotees. So he just ran back to the crematorium and he just picked up some, there was a diamond necklace that girl was, dead body was there. And the diamond necklace, he just picked it up and he was going away. And that girl's, soul again spoke out that I had told you not to take. This is not pure property, but still you disregarded my word. So therefore I curse you, my dear devotee, I'm cursing you that you will not have a very easy life in your next birth. And you will be attached to a lot of mundane things. But because of all your devotional service, in that life, you will be a great saint who is very, very attached to Krishna, and you will go back home, back to Godhead in service of Krishna. So this was the curse and the benediction that he received. So next life, he was born as Bilvamangal Thakur. And this princess came as the prostitute Chintamani. This princess became Chintamani. And we all know how Bilvamangala Thakur did not have such a pious, beginning in his life. He was attached to a lot of mundane things, lot of, women, lot of wealth, lot of other things he was very, very attached to. But then this prostitute Chintamani became his Vartma Pradarshak Guru when she said that one statement that, my dear, person, if you would have had the same kind of attachment that you have for me, if you would have had that for Krishna, oh my, what a great devotee you would have been. So that changed Bilva Mangal Thakur, and he left his family and he went to Krishna. So this is, how we understand that, one point of argument can be that, well, in his previous life, he was doing things for, serving the devotees, right? That he was wanting to take the jewelry from that princess, although it was from the dead body, but he was serving the devotee. How can that be wrong? Srila Prabhupada has given the answer to that. One time in New Vrindavan, in West Virginia, the beautiful farm community that Srila Prabhupada established in the hills of West Virginia, one day in the morning walk, Srila Prabhupada was going. And if you've been to New Vrindavan or if you've seen pictures of New Vrindavan, it's a very beautiful hilly community, and devotees have, beautiful temple there. But there are other people, who are not devotees also who are living there, around that area. So Srila Prabhupada one day was on a morning walk, and then there was a very beautiful garden of a not devotee person, okay? So the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada just walked by that garden and said, oh, beautiful flowers. And very nice flowers were blooming there, So this one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, he got very excited. He said, oh, Prabhupada said beautiful garden, beautiful flowers. So let me go and take some flowers for Radha Vrindavan Chandra to worship at the temple. So then this devotee went and started, plucking flowers from this garden. And then Srila Prabhupada looked at him and he said, what are you doing? And this devotee said, well, Srila Prabhupada, you said that these flowers are so beautiful, so I'm taking it for Radha Vrindavan Chandra to offer to Krishna at the temple. And Srila Prabhupada said, did you take permission from the owner? How can you just take flowers without permission? And then the disciple said, but Srila Prabhupada, Krishna is the ultimate proprietor. Everything belongs to Krishna. And I'm taking it for Krishna's service. What is wrong with that? Srila Prabhupada said, yes, you're right. It is Krishna's property, but Krishna has placed his property under the supervision of this person who is the owner. So do not commit any immoral act of not without permission going and just plucking flowers from your neighbor's garden. Don't do that, because Srila Prabhupada said devotees are to be known for their morality, moral values. Moral values are something that are very, very important when we are, dealing with public in general. Because for them, devotional principles or devotional etiquettes don't mean anything. But they can definitely relate to moral principles. Things that are wrong morally, if devotees don't do that, then they actually go higher in the eyes of normal people, So Srila Prabhupada was very, very careful in teaching us how a devotee should lead their lives. Just because everything belongs to Krishna, take anything and everything that is growing around. No, that's not what Srila Prabhupada taught. So this is the same principle of Bilva Mangal Thakur in his previous life. And of course, if he would not have gotten that curse, then we would not have gotten these beautiful poems and beautiful glorifications and prayers and the wonderful Vaishnava saint as Bilva Mangal Thakur to glorify. So everything is planned by Krishna. And therefore, we come to the next verse, which is very, very appropriate, that, it is stated that how can persons completely under the shelter of Krishna in devotional service be put into miseries of the body, the mind, the nature, or other men, other living entities? How can the devotees be under any kind of misery if they are in devotional service to Krishna? Because Krishna can never ever do anything bad for his devotees. That is the bottom line. Krishna is, Suridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is the well-wisher of every living entity. What to speak of his devotees? If Krishna is Suridam Sarva Bhutanam, he is the well-wisher of every living entity, then why not for his devotees? Will Krishna do anything bad for his devotees? No way. No way. Even what happened in the life of Bilva Mangal Thakur in his previous life, Krishna, he actually uses his own devotees to show to the world how to act and how not to act also. Through the life of Pitama Bhishma, he is a Mahajan. He is one of the 12 Mahajans, that we have in our parampara. But Pitama Bhishma was on the side of adharma. So Krishna used him to show that even though you may be a Mahajan, even though you may be a great, great, great Vaishnava, if you are on the side of adharma, then you will be defeated. This is what Krishna is wanting to show. So Krishna uses his dear devotees only to show to the world how not to act also. Because you see, all of us, we are such dull-headed people. We are dull-headed, like Srila Prabhupada says, we are dull-headed. We've got nothing in our minds, nothing in intelligence. Shastras say, this is what will happen if you do this, this is what will happen if you do this, this is what will happen if you do this. It doesn't enter our mind. We think, oh no, it's not applicable to me. So therefore, Krishna, for people like us, Krishna has to show with live examples. Look, this is what will happen if you do like this. Don't do this. This is what you will have to get suffering for. This is how you will have to suffer. So don't do like this. But Krishna, ultimately, apparently, it may look that, oh, what is happening in this life of this devotee does not look good. This devotee is undergoing so much of torture. Pandavas, for 12 years, they were suffering. 13th year of incognito, they were suffering. Imagine Bhima, he was the greatest warrior. He was, like a cook in the kitchen who nobody even cares to ask for. Whether he survives, whether he does not survive, no one bothers about the cook. Maharaj Yudhishthir. He became, he was Chakravarti Maharaj Yudhishthir. He did the Rajasuya Yagya. Means every other emperor in the world had accepted the supremacy of Yudhishthir Maharaj. That was Yudhishthir Maharaj's position. But Yudhishthir Maharaj became the servant, literally the servant of that kingdom. That became Yudhishthir Maharaj's position. What became of, Nakul and Sahadev? They just became the cowherd boy and the, person who takes care of horses in the stables. That's what they became as. And what did Arjuna become? Arjuna had to completely change his personality because he was so, tejasvi. He was such a bright, effulgent personality. If Arjuna would not have become Brihannala, he would have been recognized. No one can hide a personality like Arjuna. That was the beauty, the great Kshatriya that Arjuna was. It was impossible for him to hide. And how, for that 1 year, what kind of austerity these, Pandavas and Draupadi, 5 powerful husbands. And she became the maidservant of the queen. This is how they, so was Krishna not with them? So apparently it looks as if, oh my God, So much suffering. How can Krishna allow this? How could Krishna allow this? But we fail to understand that Krishna can actually never do anything bad for his devotees. Whatever he does, it is always meant for the ultimate benefit of his dear devotees. That is the faith that the devotees have. Therefore, this verse is stating that how can persons who are completely under the shelter of Krishna undergo any miseries? It is not possible. Anyone who has taken shelter of Krishna can never be put under miseries. So apparently it may look that miseries are coming, miseries are going, but the devotee knows how to go beyond that, to see beyond that. So this is where we'll conclude our session today. If there's any questions, comments, realizations, or reflections, we can take that now. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. It was such a nice, simple, but such a informative class, the basics that we tend to forget in spite of listening over and over again every day. Thank you for your association, Mataji. Devotees, anybody wants to ask question, please raise your hands. Yeah, Suma Mataji, please ask a question.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Pranams, Mataji. Mataji, you said that Mataji, Bilva Mangala Thakur was cursed. He was a pure devotee of the Lord also. So how can a curse affect the devotees, Mataji? In one of the lecture of Amarendra Prabhu, I heard that pure devotees will never get be affected by any curse or anything. So I just wanted to.
Very true. Pure devotees are not affected by curses. Like I said, that apparently it looks like a curse, but that curse is also a benediction. It is ultimately a benediction. That because of that curse, we have today Bilva Mangala Thakur. Otherwise we would not have had him. And like I said, that Krishna uses his pure devotees to show how not to act also, So devotees take on that role, like Pitama Bhishma, I mean, his father gave him a blessing, but he took it as a curse, that unless Hastinapur is safe, he cannot leave his body. It was painful for him to do that, So, I mean, many things can look like a blessing, but it's actually a curse. Many things can appear like a curse, but it's actually a blessing, So, yes, pure devotees cannot be cursed, but Bharat Maharaj, he was not cursed, but he fell down even from the stage of Bhava. Correct? So similarly, here also Bilva Mangal Thakur, he fell down from the stage of Bhava. Not really fall down, he was actually, had to take another life and things like that. So things are always possible. So that's how Srila Prabhupada always says that devotional service is like walking on the sharp edge of a razor. That if we are not being careful, then we will slip, fall, and we will be in a very dangerous position. So we must be always very, very careful when we are in our devotional service.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, in yesterday's class, I had asked Advaita Prabhuji regarding a doubt, Mataji, because I'm wearing a Kanti Mala and I'm a practicing devotee. And all my other family members are still having the non-vegetarian foods and meat eating and everything. They are having, Mataji. So I have to cook for them. So how can I do that, Mataji? I don't know actually. So Prabhuji asked me to take the guidance of you, Mataji. So should I talk to you personally?
Yes, I think that would be better because I would like to know your circumstances more.
Okay,
and can take my number from Narayani Mataji.
Okay,
and please feel free to call me. You can send me a message.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for helping us out and guiding us also, along with giving us your association. Anybody else wants to ask any questions? I don't think there's any raised hands.
Hare
So,
Krishna Mataji. I have plenty of questions. I'm very sorry, Mataji, because
No,
this
no,
is the
yes,
please go
Mataji,
ahead.
please ask.
and it's so nice to ask and get such an answers, Mataji, from you all. Mataji, actually, we have come here to practice Krishna Bhakti in Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Parampara, and we should have that Vipralamba Bhava. So this is what been advised. So we have to reach to that stage. So, and at the same time, we are asked to chant and be happy. So how can that happen, Mataji? Like both are contradictory. Like when we hear that.
So, Vipralam, very, very nice question. Very nice question. See, Vipralambha Seva, in the spiritual world, it is the highest. And what is highest in the spiritual world, because it is a perverted reflection. This material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world, right? So here Vipralamba Seva becomes very painful. In the mundane sense, not in spiritual sense. In mundane sense, when we are separated from our family, so-called, if we are separated, then there's so much pain, so much crying, and our heart is aching, and it's all based on selfish, although it's based on selfish, but still it's painful. But in Vipralamba Seva, in the spiritual world, that separation actually gives the highest bliss. It gives the highest ananda. Srimati Radharani is able to experience Krishna more in her Vipralambha than in Sambhoga. Because when they are in Sambhoga, when they are actually in, together, then Srimati Radharani is always fearing, oh, Krishna is now with me, but he's going to go away in a little while. He's going to go away. So even though Krishna is there with her, she's actually already anticipating his leaving. And she derives great joy, great satisfaction, great bliss in that Vipralambha. Apparently, it may look like in the mood of Lord Chaitanya, he was the one who manifested Vipralambha Bhava. Right? So, Lord Chaitanya, if you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, especially Antya Leela, Lord Chaitanya, he was just in the last few years of his life, Lord Chaitanya would, just be crying in separation of Krishna. Always crying. But that crying was giving Lord Chaitanya so much happiness, so much bliss, so much ananda, which right now, for us to even understand is going to be difficult, because for us, separation means pain. But how can pain be pleasurable? That is spiritual life. That is what Lord Chaitanya is teaching us. That because when we are in Vipralambha Seva, we are able to actually have the highest, the deepest form of connection with Krishna. So Krishna's, physical being with us, Krishna's, like right now we are talking about Krishna, right? We are talking, all of us are hearing about Krishna. Krishna is present here with us. We may not even realize it. We are not realizing. At least I'm not realizing that, when we are talking about Krishna, that Krishna is actually dancing on our tongue. Every time we are saying Krishna, he's actually dancing on our tongue. How much are we realizing that? Right? But aren't we feeling so much happiness just by talking about Krishna? We are feeling so happy. I can see those of you who have your screens open, your videos open. I can see a smile on all of your faces because you are feeling that happiness. You are generating that kind of feeling. But if I ask you that, are you seeing Krishna? Can we see Krishna? The answer may be no. But we are all experiencing Vipralambha Bhava right now. the bliss that we find in the absence of, in physical absence of Krishna, the physical absence of Guru. How do we have our connection with our Guru Maharaj? Our Guru Maharaj may be miles and miles, thousands upon miles away from us. But we find that heart-to-heart connection with him through the medium of chanting. You know, when we are connected to following the instructions given to us by our Guru Maharaj, when we follow that, then we are connected to him. And that by following his instructions, by just doing what he told us to do, when we do that, we derive great happiness. Why? Because we are connected to him. Spiritually, doesn't have to be physically. We feel great joy and bliss. That is Vipralambha. Hope this answers your question.
Yes, Mataji, very much. Very nice to hear from you, Mataji. Thank you so much for
Thank
guiding.
you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. With your permission, can we... Yes, Ashish Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you so much. Your lectures are always nectarian. We have never tasted nectar, but if nectar has to be like this, the words which you use, gesture. Mataji, I have one question with your permission. Can not get to you.
Your voice is very feeble, but please continue.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So, Mataji, the question is, we see that there are some devotees who go through very tough times. They are really going through very tough times. And if we have to see Krishna's hands in that, so they have to see Krishna's hands in that, so they will stick to the mission. But then many a times it happens that, because they are going through the tough time, they become anti to the mission and they leave the mission and go. So how will we see that, though Lord Krishna has given them these tortures, the material, apparently harassment, how we can see that protecting them? How would we see that? I hope my question is...
Yeah, very clear, very clear, very clear. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for asking a beautiful question. You see, actually, Srila Prabhupada said this, that if after being in Krishna consciousness for 2 years or more, if anyone is leaving the association of devotees and going away, it's not because they are not accepting the philosophy or they don't agree with the philosophy, but rather it's because of relationships or personal harassment or anything that they might have gone through. Why do people go away from Krishna or leave the movement and go away? There are a couple of reasons for that. One is, if they, even though if they are going through personal challenges, yes, they can leave the movement. And most importantly, not just because they have, personal challenges, they leave the movement, but actually they leave the movement most importantly because they don't have, a Swajatiya Bandhu Sakha. They don't have that. A proper Mitra Mandali means the association of like-minded devotees. They don't have that. Where they can go and feel that, yes, if I share something with such devotees or with at least 1 or 2 devotees, that they will listen to me. They will not judge me. They will accept me for who I am. If that kind of faith is there with anybody, whatever difficult situation they may be in, they will never leave the society. They will never leave Krishna. The problem is in the association. Lord Chaitanya, every incarnation, if you see, they come with their weapons, right? Lord Ramachandra has his bow and arrow, Krishna has his Sudarshan, Lord Balaram has his hala, Parashuram has his axe. What's Lord Chaitanya's weapon? Lord Chaitanya's
Kamandalam?
weapon. No.
Harinam.
Kartal. Kartal.
No.
Tantam Mataji.
No.
Harinam.
Prema?
No. No.
Vaishnav
Sangopangastra
Clue,
Parshadam.
Mataji.
Love, Mataji, love.
Mercy,
No.
Mataji.
It is Sangopangastra Parshadam. His Parshada, Lord Chaitanya's Parshad, his associates, his devotee association, that is the weapon. Harinam, Japa, everything is like the arrow. That's okay. It's the effect that we are getting. But who is giving us the Harinam? It's the association, devotees. That is the weapon that Lord Chaitanya has come with. Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayair Yajanti Sumedhasa. So Lord Chaitanya's weapon is his association of devotees that he has brought with us. So if we do not have proper association of devotees, then when we are in challenging situations, when we don't have a person with whom we can do guhyam akhyati prichati, with whom we cannot share our heart with, then yes, we tend to leave the movement. But even though such devotees, if they are leaving the movement out of, feeling hurt, by feeling neglected or feeling that, oh, Krishna does not care for me, but still Krishna has said, Neha Bikramana Sarasti. Pratyavayona vidit. Swalpamapyasa dharmasya. Trayate mahato bhayat. That even though a little advancement on this path can never, it can never be diminished. So apparently, even though the devotee wants to forget Krishna and go away from Krishna, but Krishna will never forget that soul. Krishna will, yena tena prakarena, Krishna will bring that soul back. Maybe not, this lifetime also, maybe not in our lifetime, but Krishna will never forget that devotee. He will bring him back. That is the guarantee from Krishna. Anyone who has chanted Hare Krishna is never going away from Krishna. That's how indebted Krishna becomes to a particular soul when they take his name. That's the magnanimity of Krishna. But again, the answer boils down to all of us, therefore it is our responsibility. Srila Prabhupada says it takes buckets of blood to bring a soul to Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada would actually cry whenever Srila Prabhupada would hear that a devotee has gone away. Srila Prabhupada would actually cry. Just like Srimati Radharani. She was crying. And Krishna came one day and asked Radhe, why are you crying? And she said, Krishna, I'm here enjoying with you, but there are my children. They are forgotten your relationship that you have with them. And they are just, suffering. Seeing their suffering, I am suffering, Krishna. So this is one of the internal reasons of Lord Chaitanya's appearance, that Krishna came to wipe the tears of Srimati Radharani as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. You see? So therefore, it is our responsibility that not a single soul should go away from Krishna. It's how much we must make ourselves accessible to devotees so that devotees can feel free to come and talk to us, open their hearts to us. So we can, with whatever we have, at least we can just, give them a little bit of, that yes, I am there for you. Don't worry, Prabhu. Don't worry, Mataji. I am there for you. Let the whole world not be there, but I am there for you. At least on behalf of Krishna, we can say that. That is what then we will know that when we will be put under difficult situations, that some souls will be there for us too. That they will definitely be needed in our lives too. So let us be there for devotees. Sorry to give you a 100-mark answer for a 2-mark question, Prabhu, but hope this answers your question.
Yeah, very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Very, very beautiful question. And we can go on for days on this topic. Basically boils down to devotee care.
We have time,
Hare Krishna, Mataji, can I ask a question if you have time?
Sure.
Mataji, number of times we hear that you take one step and Krishna will take other 99 steps. And, Krishna is always waiting for you, as eager as more than you are to go to him or to bring you back. And then the other times we hear that he is not very merciful. Getting Krishna is difficult. Only if you do Ananya Bhakti, you will get Krishna. So, I mean, sometimes sometimes I'm very sure that, okay, little that we do, the amount of bhakti we do, he'll reciprocate accordingly. So can you throw some light on this, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Very nice question. Excellent question. You see, Krishna is ye yatha mam prapadyante. He is a pakka mathematician. Whatever you do, he'll give you nicely back. Lord Chaitanya, he is Audarya. Lord Nityananda is more Audarya. And our spiritual masters, they are the manifestation of Lord Nityananda's mercy. This always reminds me of a very nice joke. One time a devotee, he left his body and then he went to the doors of Vaikuntha and he said, "Oh, Hare Krishna, Jai Vijay. I read you in the Shrimad Bhagavatam pages and I'm here in the gates of Vaikuntha. Oh, the gates for me." And Jai Vijay said, Stop. What is your qualification to enter into Vaikuntha? Oh, Jai Vijay, you don't know? I've been, I'm devotee, initiated devotee. That doesn't matter. What have you done? So 16 rounds every day without fail. I've chanted 16 rounds every day. We get up in the morning, start chanting. I have chanted. Don't worry, I have chanted. So then Jai Vijay called their assistants. Hey, Vishnudutas, come here. Take out the video of this person's chanting. Show him broadcast. And the Vishnudutas came out, pulled up a nice feed. He's going, Ram. This is how you chanted. Go. No entrance into Vaikuntha. So then he said, no. 2 hours. Every day I struggle. At least for that sincerity, you give me something. So Jai Vijay said, look, for entering into Vaikuntha, you need 100% of Krishna Bhakti. So for this kind of chanting, okay, chalo, I'll give you 5% out of, I give you, what about 95? What about the 95 points? Oh, what else did you do? Yes. I have done Ekadashi very, very sincerely every 15 days. Ekadashi, I have followed. Not even one I have missed my entire life. Then Jai Vijay said, Acha, you did Ekadashi? Vishnudutas, show how he did Ekadashi. Show. So then they are showing, Hare Baap Re, Kutu ke atta ke puris, aloo sabji, paneer fried, this sabji, that sabji, this sweet, that sweet. This is how you did Ekadashi. No. There's minus points for you then. All that 5 marks I gave you, minus for that. No, Jai Vijay, some kind of mercy. Okay, chalo, 5 more points. What about 90 remaining? They said, so this devotee said, oh, Jai Vijay, very sincerely, I distributed, books. I did book distribution. So Srila Prabhupada has said, no, every book we distribute is one step coming closer to spiritual world. So then Jai Vijay said, yeah, okay, that seva you did very sincerely. Okay, chalo, I give you 20 points for that. What else you did? So then he said, okay, but I've done some devotional service. Every Sunday, I've gone to temple and done some devotional service. So then he said, okay, but you were always arguing with devotees. If devotees would tell you to do something, you would never do that. And, if sometimes the devotees would not give you some service, you would argue then also. So you're a arguing person. So for this, you don't get any points. Said, Vijay, please, little bit. Said, okay, 5 points. So total 25 you got now. What else you did? Said, oh, I followed 4 regulative principles throughout my life. I did not even break even one time. Any regulative principle I did not break. So Jai Vijay said, hey, stop it. That is not any devotional quality. That is the basic thing for you to be a human being. 4 regulative principles. If you did that, you're not done anything special. So based on that, I can't allow you entrance. So then he's thinking hard, what else I did, how to get, 80, 75 points, how to get. So then he just started praying, Prabhupada, please help me, I followed your instructions so sincerely, Prabhupada, help me. So Jai said, hey, whose name did you say just now? Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is my only savior, only he can help me. Oh, Srila Prabhupada is your savior. Okay, why you didn't tell all this before? Come inside. So that is the category all of us are in. We don't have any qualification to enter into Vaikuntha, to go to Goloka Vrindavan. We don't have. Only qualification that we have is that we can sincerely take shelter of Srila Prabhupada and his representatives. So when we do that, then, we understand that, okay, devotional service is definitely not, it's not something that, yes, if I do like this, then I will, Krishna is bound to give me this, right? Krishna will definitely do what he has to do, but our, like me personally, I'm just going to give you my example, Mataji. I feel that Krishna is very far away. I have no qualification whatsoever to even stand in front of Krishna. I don't have that qualification. Or to even, approach Krishna. But I feel that Krishna's dear representatives, like Srila Prabhupada, who's our most merciful spiritual grandfather, and his dear spiritual sons, who are our spiritual fathers, our spiritual master, we at least have them who is Sakshat Hari. They are non-different from Krishna, Krishna's representative, whom we can serve directly, whom we can try to please directly. We know exactly what we need to do to please these personalities. We know exactly what to do. If we can just do that to please Guru, pleasing Guru is just the only objective of our life. If we can live by that principle, then we are set. Just like this devotee, as soon as he took Prabhupada's name, Jai Vijay welcomed him. So we have no hope that if we are chanting also, if we are Krishna's devotee, that, we have sure shot chance of getting anywhere. But if we can claim that, yes, I'm trying to be a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna, of my spiritual master, then Krishna's mercy is guaranteed. It's a guarantee. So that's all we must try to aspire for, that try to do, service to the spiritual master to please him. Hope this answers your question.
Yes, Mataji. So the fact that Krishna is as eager or more eager to bring us back than we are. So how
It's
do
a
I
fact.
understand?
It's a fact. That is a fact, because you see, the ultimate boss is not even Krishna, it is Srimati Radharani. She is the ultimate boss, and Krishna is doing everything because of her, because he can't tolerate tears in Srimati Radharani's eyes. And Srimati Radharani is crying in separation from the devotees, from her devotees. Srimati Radharani is crying. And Krishna, therefore, is saying that, yes, I want. He ultimately does want his, everyone to come back to him. There's no doubt about that. But it's just that, we are so fallen and we keep falling down, because see, surrendering, Srila Prabhupada said, just like say, for example, we give board exam, right? Once in a lifetime, we give our board exam. Then we give our 12th standard exam. Then we are done. We are graduated. We are done. But in spiritual life, it's like giving board exam every moment. We have to give an examination every moment. Doesn't mean that if I passed in, with 95% marks in my previous moment, that I will pass with 100% marks this time. I might pass with 0. I might fail miserably with 0 also, if I'm not choosing to surrender to Krishna. So spiritual life is like that. But therefore, our only hope is when we take shelter of Krishna's devotees, then it's the most easiest way, a sure short way of gaining Krishna's mercy. I mean, Krishna showed this even in his own lifetime, right? I mean, when Indra offended Krishna, Indra did not have the courage to come in front of Krishna by himself. He had to take shelter of Mother Surabhi and then approach Krishna. Mother Surabhi had to recommend Indra that Krishna, please give your mercy to Indra. And then Krishna gave. He did not ask any question to Surabhi that why should I give my mercy to him? He made my devotees torture for 7 days, 7 nights. I am angry with Indra. Krishna didn't give all these reasons to Surabhi, no. Because Indra just came and surrendered to Surabhi, Surabhi went and said one statement, Krishna, give your mercy to Indra. Krishna said, okay. That is our hope, Mataji. Krishna wants all of us to come. But who will recommend us to Krishna? That is what we need to see. On our own, we can't stand in front of Krishna. We just can't. That's just our nature. Even Lord Chaitanya, he said that, without Srimati Radharani, he is not going to be able to stand in front of Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Krishna is eager to have us, but he does test us out, so that we can really know how to, like gold, how does gold come? It has to be melted in fire. Then you get gold. It's similarly like that. Krishna wants that pure gold from each and every one of us. We have to struggle. We have to be burnt to get that mercy from Krishna. But he wants us, for sure.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you so much. So, Mataji, you have a question?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. In your speech, Mataji, in today, that what I understood is that ultimate is the Radharani's mercy, and if we have to please Krishna, we have to please Radharani. We have to call out her for her mercy, Mataji. Is my understanding correct?
It's correct. And we also can't get the mercy of Srimati Radharani by herself. We have to go through the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. We can't get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya by himself. We have to go through Lord Nityananda. We can't get the mercy of Lord Nityananda just by himself. We have to go through Srila Prabhupada. We can't get the mercy of Srila Prabhupada without our spiritual master. So, the key to this entire process is our spiritual master.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So it was so wonderful, Mataji, your answers. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Shilpa Mataji, for asking that question.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mind-blowing class, Mataji. Superb. We learned so much, Mataji. Thank
Yes,
you so much.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I am lost
Hare
of
Krishna,
words today. I'm
Mataji.
really lost of words, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you. Which is
you.
all I can do is bow down
Hare Krishna. Thank
in
you,
pranams
Mataji.
to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mataji, can
All
we
the
do prayers and end the class, Mataji?
I'm just like a parrot trying to repeat something. But thank you. Thank you.
Mataji, we
Hare
can't hear your voice. Who is talking? Mataji, can we do prayers and end the class?
Sure.
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
अनंत
अनंत
कोटि
कोटि
वैष्णव
वैष्णव
वृंद की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय।
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much,
Mataji. Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so
Hare
much,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Pranam, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Blissful class,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, should I end the class with your permission?